Ninjas, mysterious shadow assassins of the night. Mysterious assassins of the night. Deadly shadow warriors who are one with the darkness. They use awesome weapons like the katana sword, throwing stars, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, the chain with the hook stabby thing, historical weapons of honor like nunchucks, wrist-mounted propane flamethrowers, and the photonic laser ray gun. Anyway, they're all around cool. Everything they say and do is badass. Ninja vanish! Seriously, I dare you, find me one person who doesn't love ninjas. Well, I mean, that guy probably doesn't like ninjas very much. Okay, this is probably a bad example. That dude definitely isn't a fan of ninjas. Oh god. Okay, this isn't what I meant. Stop the music. Time to bail. Ninja, vanish! Forgot my beer. Hey everyone, Brace here, welcome to the video. So today I want to talk about Ninja Gaiden. I always grew up calling it Ninja Gaiden, which I guess is technically the wrong pronunciation. I'll try my best to focus on Guy and not fall back to my usual gay. So this series has taken on a few forms. There was an arcade game that was a beat-em-up style, while the NES had a trilogy of side-scrolling action games. One of the first to ever have cutscenes. Today though, we're focusing on the modern series of the franchise. So we're starting in 2004, which was essentially the reboot of the series. Simply titled Ninja Gaiden. This was an original Xbox exclusive at the time, and was met with great success. The following year came an updated version that included the DLC, and it was renamed Ninja Gaiden Black. 2 years after that, in 2007, it was then ported to the PS3 with yet more changes and graphical improvements, and this time was named Ninja Gaiden Sigma. There was also a version that was ported to the PlayStation Vita called Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus. Then there was Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3, which was renamed Ninja Gaiden Razor's Edge for Nintendo, which was then ported over to PS3. The Master Collection is the Sigma versions, the PlayStation versions, which are now the only versions that you can get for Xbox. So now that no one is confused, let's move on. Today I'm just going to focus on the first entry of the trilogy, Ninja Gaiden E. I had heard great things about this game over the years, though unfortunately when looking at Metacritic, it looks like one of the versions that isn't on the collection received even higher reviews, so we didn't get the best of the best for this. Having never played these before, I figured there wasn't much point in trying to research the difference in the versions that I can't play and don't have. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all the different version names. Nevertheless, I was instantly interested when this Master Collection was first announced. I went onto Amazon a few times to try and add it to my wishlist, though I was never able to find it. At one point I just had to go onto Google and figure out what the hell was going on. Turns out there was no physical release for this, it's a download only. Physical media has been in decline for years. Is this another sign that we're moving to purely digital? I hope not. One nice surprise was the price. Despite 3 games being included, this was not the price of a new release. Significantly cheaper, as it turned out. So we have a game that's pretty much universally loved, it's about ninjas, it's been remastered, and it's at a decent price. What could go wrong? So as I eagerly awaited its release, I fell into something that I do every so often. I overhyped the game in my head. Expectations are a tricky thing. Overall, I thought the game was okay, not bad, but also not amazing. Though there's a lot of games that I love playing to this day that are really old, it is possible that maybe I would have enjoyed this game more when it first came out in 2004. It's hard to say. So the game opens up with a little legend where they say dragon way too many times.
The evil, dark dragon blade. Black dragon, the dragon lineage. Dragons, dragon, dragon.
It offered more questions than answered, which I guess is maybe the point. I wondered, what's the dragon lineage? Is that like being dragonborn or something? Alright, so I fired this game up, and 3 seconds into it, there's already a ninja looking to cut off my wontons. Let's dance, bitch. Control-wise, we've got our quick light attack and our slow heavy attack. There's infinite throwing stars as well, but I rarely use them. The jumping mechanics are fun. You can bounce off of walls, and you can also wall run. I quickly learned that blocking is key. It's not a strategy, but a necessity. As a PlayStation veteran, I was immediately reminded of God of War, which actually came out the following year. Ninja Gaiden lets you move the camera, whereas God of War didn't. Though there were a few times when the camera would flip around and go a bit nuts, overall it worked pretty well for me. I had heard countless times about the difficulty over the years, but I found that the first level eases you into it quite nicely. Though I did groan as soon as I found this thing and thought, oh dear god, there's save points. Basically checkpoints, and I can't save whenever I want. I think I've been spoiled by auto-saving. This was not what I wanted to see in a crazy hard game. Overall, the gameplay is fast, challenging, and definitely engaging. If you had a tough day at work and you just want to turn off your brain, this is not the game for that. You need to be sharp and focused for this one. Moving on to the story, setting, and characters. So Chapter 1 has you fighting evil ninjas, I think. They show up and want to kill me, that's about all I know. Was this training? There's not much story for Chapter 1, but it does have the ancient Japan setting, which looks great. The first boss is pretty cool. Turns out this dude is training, but as for the other ninjas, no clue. Were they even real? This guy doesn't mention it. It does mention, however, that Ryu has one of the famous swords from the intro, and the town is protecting the other one. Ah, naruhodo, so the town is basically f***ed, is that correct? About 3 seconds later...
Master Murai, the Hayabusa village!
Yup, there it is. Chapter 2 is the ancient Japan village look. I loved it. And Ryu is on the scene, though I didn't see any survivors. At this point, I was really starting to enjoy the game. Chapter 3 is where things took a turn for the worse, in my opinion. We went from the ancient Japanese village to sort of a modern day or steampunk setting. There's blimps and big cities, and the enemies went from evil ninjas to basically SWAT team members with guns. Am I fighting evil ninjas or a modern evil empire? I'm confused. Why didn't they send SWAT guys to the village? Instead they sent guys with swords. Later on there's even enemies with rocket launchers. Thank God they give you a bow and arrow for some range attacks. It all seems sort of jarring. Even Ryu seems confused. He mentions the lamp is red. You mean the button on the door? Are they like Amish ninjas or something?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
I get that it's a fictional world in a video game, but still, I had more questions than answers on this one. Also, I chuckled when the female ninja was introduced back in Chapter 1. The outfit is a bit odd looking for a ninja, but at least it isn't too revealing and they seem to respect women. I'd like to pause for a more serious note. Being a big fan of Japanese culture, I sometimes get offended when people seem to have the stereotype that since this game was made in Japan, it was made by like perverts or something. There is so much honor, grace, dignity in...
I'm Rachel.
Oh, come on. They even jiggle? Wait, who made this game? Oh no, not the developer that made Dead or Alive. It's the same company that took the females from their fighting game and made this. So not only does this character appear, but they also take away controlling Ryu. Switching characters is something that I didn't expect. I wanted to be a ninja, not some sort of demon slayer. And yes, the game enemies now includes monsters, which I was fine with. But there were times like the church courtyard where I actually thought something was wrong because the enemies don't stop spawning. It just goes on and on. Okay, cool. Here's an item to pick up. Let's see if it's a cool new weapon. A different hairstyle? What the hell happened here? At this point in the game, it's about the 2-hour mark out of total of about 8, so I'll avoid going any further for spoiler reasons. To end this review on a positive note, I did enjoy the ability to switch weapons. Nunchucks, now we're talking. So overall, it's an old game, essentially from 2004, so it's aged, but I think it still held up okay, I guess. Again, fast and quick combat with a high level of difficulty. Decent controls, a weird setting, and interesting characters. So at this point I'm honestly on the fence about whether I want to play the sequels or not. Is it my destiny as a ninja? Maybe I'll just play some volleyball instead.